Riba is the Arabic word for ribat, which is in the Torah, and that's the act of renting money. You go to a riba banker and you tell him or her that you want some money. They will think of money as a commodity or an item to be rented, and the rental rate of this money is called interest. And this has been prohibited by all Abrahamic faith, that is Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. It was prohibited in the Torah, in the Bible, and in the Holy Quran. Lariba means la, which is no, riba, which is no interest. And Lariba is a movement that we hope will catch on, not only amongst the Muslims, but amongst all people of all faith, in Hinduism, Buddhism, Christianity, Judaism, and Islam. And it is a movement that looks at money as a tool, as a measuring device, not as something to be rented. So when you go to a Lariba or no riba banker and you want to buy a car, you want to buy a house, you want to buy a business, then he or she don't look at money as a commodity to be rented, but they look at the economic viability of buying the house, buying the car, or buying the business. Then people thinking this way will think more in economic terms, not just in dollars and cents, more living within their means or below their means, and not just living it up on credit cards and on credit because it's just money. And unfortunately, many people have been conditioned to love, to hate, unfortunately to kill, unfortunately to maim for just this piece of paper called money. We want to reduce that thinking in terms of money to think more in terms of living comfortably, satisfactorily within your means or below your means. And if you want to increase the level at which you live and enjoy, you need to work harder and produce more income, and this way you can make a better contribution to the community and make it more prosperous, generate more job opportunities, and so on and so forth. Lariba is unique in the sense that it is community owned. It is owned by the American community, and it is operating in 32 states of the Union so far, and we aspire to make them at least 39 states. What's unique about it is that we didn't go hat in hand looking for money from the rich and the affluent, be it in the United States or overseas, but we relied on our own resources, and we are very thankful to God for this gift that He has given us, the gift of success. When Lariba started, we relied on people of the middle class who really had this dream of having a community-owned company that does not charge or receive interest, and we have achieved our success. We are also unique in the fact that we put our money where our mouth is, and that creates a lot of responsibility and a lot of credibility for our company. We are also unique in the fact that we have been serving not only Muslims but people of all faiths. What we're trying to do, we're trying to make it really a system that can be franchised. So every little community next to every mosque or masjid, every church, every synagogue, every Buddhist temple will be benefiting from that small unit. The neat thing about this is that the person who is providing spiritual values, who knows the community inside out, will not only be providing spirituality, guidance, and advice, but also will be providing an important dimension of the credit decision making in a credit committee. That will provide more responsibility, more stature, and more importance to the faith-based financing movement that is pioneered in the United States and hopefully will be catching on everywhere in the world. You see, the foundation of successful financing is a very simple rule. Know your client. And the only way to know the client is through knowing him or her, his or her family, children, connections, behavior, and you only can know this through the community that you live in. not on a piece of paper where you report what your income is and what you have done. When we meet the client, we tell the client that our aim is to get you out of any financial commitments as fast as possible. You know, when you look at a conventional bank, they would like to have a good client for 30 years, 40 years, because you can make interest on that client for as long as you want. But that's not our intention. Our intention is to create economic activity, not interest income. Why? Because if you pay off your home in 7 years, and we tell our clients, you can pay it in 7 years, pay it in 7 years, despite the fact it doesn't produce a lot of profit for American Finance House Lariba. So why do I pay it for 7 years? Because you will have a lot of cash, extra cash that you can use to invest somewhere else. Then it can be better for you and your family. You realize that the average holdership of a mortgage in America is 6 to 7 years. And do you know, if you have a mortgage, it takes you 7 years of paying interest up front until you start making a dent in the principal. What does it mean? It means that the minute you move to a bigger house and change your mortgage, the minute you change your mortgage because the interest rates went down, that means you start all over again paying interest, and you don't make a dent in the principal. So you will be indebted for the rest of your life. That is not what we want. We want the community member to pay off their financial obligations as fast as possible. So that's why the community is very happy with us. We're very understanding because they deal with community members. We talk to them on the phone. We make them feel that they are an investment, not just borrowers of money and people that they are suspected to take the money and run away with it, and so on and so forth. The other thing is, we insist on decoupling thinking in interest rate that has prevailed the world for 600 years. So a typical client would call us and say, well, please, seriously, tell me, how much is the monthly payment? We tell him, Mr. Client, we really don't think this way. We have to mark everything to the market. So what do you mean? So we go and test the market, the price of this house, test how much this house would lease for, test how much this car will lease for, and how much this equipment will lease for, and then come back to us. And then we can decide on the monthly payments based on our market survey. We think we have the most viable model that fits the Islamic Sharia that has ever been offered in home financing and automobile financing. We have analyzed other models very thoroughly, and we can stand up before Almighty God while praying the 5 prayers a day, while making a supplication to Him, while praying Jum'ah, very comfort, peace of mind and peace of heart, that this is the spirit and the intent and the requirement of the Islamic law. It is not the mechanics, my dear brothers and sisters. It is the intent. It is changing the lives of the people. It's changing the thinking of the people. It is serving the people. It's improving the conditions of the people. It is opening different opportunities to different people. That is what Islamic banking, Lariba financing is all about. And I hope we will be successful in doing it. Believe me, the intention of American Finance House really and truly is to get rid of riba in the life of each and every Muslim in the Muslim community, and hopefully each and every American that needs financing. Because we do not look at how rich and how famous you are to finance you. We look at who you are, what's your potential, what's your future, and we invest in that and we make a difference in that. This is our goal and this is our mission, to get riba out of your life.